So we got a Tico Talks that just went live like 2 hours ago. I'm just seeing this for the first time. We're gonna go ahead and react to this because once again, my disdain with Throne Liberty has got just grown and grown more and more. I'm not talking positively about this game anymore. There's nothing positive for me to say about this game at this point. They're not doing anything for the Pippin or PlayStation server, and it's apparent that they don't really care about the PlayStation server at all. They're kind of just like, we made it for y'all, enjoy what y'all get. Like, like, bro. Anyway, let's go.
What's up, gamers? Welcome back to Tico Talks Throne and Liberty. My name's Tico, and I'm the Globalization Design Manager at Amazon Games for Throne and Liberty. Let's jump into today's topics. Let's start by addressing performance improvements, which I know has been a concern for many of you. We've been implementing incremental changes.
First of all, boy, performance improvements ain't gonna do nothing for PlayStation. Not at this point. Like, the targeting system's trash. Combat, trash. Honestly, game, trash. Anyway, move on.
Over the past several weeks to boost overall game performance. I'm happy to share that on June 26th, we're rolling out one of our biggest optimization updates yet.
I feel like this is a lie right here. Filming console specifications PS5, we're gonna get 60 frames? I don't believe it. I honestly don't believe it.
Which should significantly improve FPS performance throughout the Talantre region.
Still, by the way.
This is just one step in our ongoing efforts, and performance optimization remains one of our team's top priorities throughout the summer, and we'll continue making improvements. Today, I want to give some focus and speak directly to our PvP community. We hear you, and we're actively developing more PvP options for you to enjoy the aspect of the game you love most. While we're still finalizing details for several changes coming this summer, I can share some of our upcoming changes. On June 26th, when the current arena season ends, we're launching a special one-month event featuring a 6v6 arena format.
They keep time limiting these things, bro. Like, nobody wants this for a month. People want these things forever. We want events forever. We want constant events. We want constant, like, this is where y'all are failing. Y'all gave us dynamic events and thought that was gonna tide us over. People are tired of these dynamic events every day, bro. Every hour, every 3 hours on the dot. Like, oh, man.
This new arena format will support solo queue and full player 16 queuing in both normal and ranked modes. We believe this will provide fun, on-demand PvP content for full parties. Similar to our existing...
Unless this is inner server for Pippin, bro, this is not affecting anyone on Pippin any differently. We're going to be sitting there waiting for people to queue up like we are with 3v3s now. Nobody wants to PvP on Pippin. Everybody's scared of PvP. Like, it is what it is at this point, bro. We haven't had an actual decent PvP queue on Pippin since what, January?
Arena format, team composition will be balanced with a limit of one.
No, that's a lie. Not even January. Our last actual arena queue was probably like back around November. Yeah.
One wand and one SNS player per team. We're also introducing another piece of content for our PvP enthusiasts. On June 26th, you'll face new challenges with the introduction of Ascended Arc Bosses, enhanced versions of Queen Bellandir and Tevent that will spawn twice weekly. These powerful bosses will drop special materials that will allow you to upgrade Tevent and Bellandir weapons. I'm happy to share that these encounters, similar to our existing Arc Boss encounters, will have open world PvP versions. I know many guilds enjoy large-scale PvP content, so you'll now have 4 total open world Arc Boss fights per week to enjoy. I also want to note that there will be a peace mode available. Finally, also on June 26th, we're implementing important balance adjustments to address the current meta.
So, once again, here's a situation that we're having to deal with. These arch bosses that they're adding in, the peace mode ones, we're going to be having to do this inner server, which means we have a chance of getting a arch boss on PlayStation. But if we don't queue in with a bunch of people from the PlayStation server, we only have we only have a chance where 6 people, and that's if you go into a party, by the way. If you don't go into a party, then you're one person out of 95 people. If you go into a party, a full party, you're 6 out of 95, 96. I think it's 96 people there are max in the server. I think it's 48. So yeah. So it's like 96 people that are being able to be chosen to go into one portal. Okay. So you put all 96 people in that portal and you give 6 people a chance to get that item. The rest of those 90 people are probably going to be the ones to get it, to be honest, unless you're running some busted DPS comp for your whole party. And then you only get a certain amount of drops on top of that. So, like, bro, this game is busted.
Since our last update, we've observed the combat landscape shifting too heavily toward melee and dagger play. So to create a more diverse competitive environment, we're buffing Longbow's PvP damage output while applying some targeted reductions.
And no, brother, you're now buffing longbows after you've nerfed them how many times? Who remembers back in the betas when where you could blitz and your whole skill rotation would come back? Who remembers those days? Me? Am I the only one that remembers those days? Okay. Now you're buffing longbow damage. Like, what was the point of all the nerfs then? Yo.
To a couple high-performing dagger and spear skills. These changes aim to create more viable options on the battlefield and encourage strategic diversity. We'll continue monitoring combat data closely and make further refinements as needed. That covers our immediate PvP content changes, but we have much more planned, and I can't wait to share more about our summer plans next month. Okay, I want to touch on our upcoming raid, which I'm so excited about. It launches just over a week from now with global timing, so all TL players around the world can experience it for the first time together. Next week, Godspeed and I will return with a comprehensive raid deep dive video where we'll cover everything you need to know. We'll share insights from the developers behind the raid, including their inspiration, the lore, and dive into all the gameplay details. This includes how the raid functions, mechanical approaches, difficulty tiers, rewards, and of course, new raid gear. For now, I can tell you that the raid features 3 challenging bosses, and to enter on normal difficulty, you'll need a combat score of 5,000, the same requirement as our latest co-op dungeon. I'm incredibly excited for you to experience this content, so be sure to tune in next week for the full breakdown. And now for our community question.
Oh, I care about that community question. Like, bro, this was actually useless for PlayStation. We got an FPS upgrade. That's it. Like, they don't care about PlayStation at all. I feel like all PlayStation players are just mass exit this game for the next game that comes out, which more than likely all of us will. Chrono Odyssey coming up soon. Like, it is what it is, bro. We got Arc Raiders popping up soon. Like, we're gonna find whenever Arc Raiders comes out. That's an extraction shooter. A lot of us gonna be bouncing over to that because honestly, at this point, Throne Liberty is garbage to the maximum. Like, some people are still enjoying the game, yeah, but that's because they're in those small guilds that are only playing once in a while. They don't really experience the PvP that's going on currently. They don't experience, you know, the arch bosses or zergs or anything like that. They just play the game as they play. But the rest of us that play the game actively are dealing with a drought that is like complete trash, bro. Like, we don't have the inner server dungeons. We don't have a good chance at getting inner server boss gear. We don't have a good chance at anything when it comes to inner server. It's just what it is. And like, all the players off of our server have left to go to PC crossplay server because the auction house is better because we don't have inner server auction house. Yet we still got to give up our boss gear to inner server. Still got to give up our arch boss gear to inner server. Like, game's trash, bro. I'm done.